Hey, Janelle Springer here. So me and my husband joke a lot about that we should buy stock in Band-Aids because our youngest is addicted to Band-Aids. He thinks that every single scrape and boo-boo has to be covered immediately or else it will never feel better. And I had to initiate a new rule that if it's not bleeding, it usually does not get a Band-Aid. Unless I think that it's very painful, he will not get a Band-Aid. So it would be wise if Eric and I could make some money off of that we have to buy so many Band-Aids. But what happens when my son gets a scrape is the body's natural reaction is to become inflamed, and that's called acute inflammation. And so that inflammation is normal. It needs to happen to protect the body from further damage, and it starts the healing process. So today I wanted to talk about chronic inflammation though. Acute happens instantly, but chronic is what happens over time. And we may not be talking about cuts, but it may be muscle damage, or it may be other causes, and I'll get into that in a minute, what causes chronic inflammation. But chronic inflammation can lead to things like diabetes, autoimmune disorders, cancer, and heart disease. So it's something to look at and to do your research on, like I did, and look into the causes, the symptoms, and the solutions. And of course, I like to look at natural solutions. So I'll talk about that in a second. But typical signs that you're dealing with chronic inflammation would be digestive issues, because you can have inflammation in the digestive tract, fatigue, being tired all the time, aches and pain, red or itchy skin, allergies, and even a diagnosed autoimmune disorder can be definite typical signs of chronic inflammation. So original causes would be maybe an injury to the muscle or the tissues, but usually it can be related to sugar, the refined sugars in your diet, bad fats, and toxins in your environment can all lead to chronic inflammation. So if your cell membrane gets inflamed, the good nutrients can't get inside and the bad stuff like the toxins can't get out. So if the cell is inflamed, it has to make a choice, and it's either going to die off or it's going to mutate, and mutation usually means cancer. So it's a serious problem, and I just like to look at natural solutions, whether it be preventative or it be taking care of something you're already dealing with, one of those symptoms I was talking about. But you can add spices in your diet like turmeric, oregano, garlic, and ginger. And other things that help are green tea and blueberries. Supplements with omegas. And a lot of people tend to overdose on omega-3. That became really popular a few years ago. It is beneficial, but if you take it in higher doses, it's actually harmful. So you need a balance between omega-3, 6, and 9. There are different types of omegas. I didn't know that years ago, but 3, 6, and 9 need to be balanced so that you can have the best benefits for your body, and that can help with chronic inflammation. Avoid hydrogenated oils. Some of us have heard that before, but it's inflammatory, and so is refined sugars, refined carbohydrates, and gluten. All of those just add to it. So whether you reduce or eliminate, that's something to think about for long-term benefits. Another suggestion is to add a multivitamin to your diet, a quality one, so that you are getting the maximum vitamins that you need. Many vitamins are anti-inflammatory, like A, C, D, but if you take them separately and overdose or take a high number of, like, say, vitamin D, your other vitamins in your body are usually going to become deficient, because they all need to be balanced. So if you take a multivitamin and they're together, then you can have better absorption, and you won't be messing up that balance that God gave us for our bodies to have. And another suggestion is exercise. If you can exercise, then that can help get those toxins out of your body and help reduce that inflammation. So even if you don't think you have inflammation, like I said, you can take a preventative approach, and so you can avoid that long-term damage of heart disease or diabetes or cancer. Feel free to share this video if you found value in it, and if you need recommendations for any of those supplements I mentioned, whether it be the omegas or the multivitamin or turmeric, just shoot me a message and I'd be glad to help. And I hope that you have a wonderful day.